Hi Capricorn, welcome to April 2019. April is kind of a weird month because in the Northern Hemisphere it's spring. We're in the cycle of Aries, which is all about new beginnings, new starts, pushing through, making things happen. And Saturn, your avatar, is challenging both moons in here. The new moon in Aries on the 5th and the full moon in Libra, the second full moon in Libra, on the 19th. And the nodes, which is the direction life were to go in. So the North Node represents where we're to travel, the path we are to take. North Node is in Cancer. For you, it's about other people, relationships. South Node is in Capricorn. Pluto and Saturn are coupled with that South Node. So this is a very karmic month for all of us. Saturn represents our karma. He is the Lord of time and he delivers the karma. Pluto and Saturn are the heavyweights of astrology. And Pluto is exactly coupled with the South Node opposing the North Node on the 4th, sitting right in the Aries new moon on the 5th. Saturn is there too, and he is forming a grand square with the new moon. The sun and the moon coupled together in Aries. New start, new beginnings, passion, creativity, bravery. Opposing the South Node opposing the North Node in Cancer, and the new moon is opposing the asteroid Pallas Athena in Libra, so they're forming this grand square. So the challenge is you're going to be motivated to take action. You're going to be motivated to start things, to get things moving, to launch, to new job, new business, new project, anything that you've been working on. There's going to be this energy to move it forward. With Saturn sitting here in a very karmic way, there's going to be setbacks or things stall out for no apparent reason at all. One thing we all have to be aware of is everybody is on their own timeline. Yes, we're working with all of these energies together, but each one of us is on our own life path destiny, and we each have our own timeline with Saturn. And you may be ready for something, other people may not. Remember now that North Node is in Cancer, which has to do with other people. So if you find that there's delays or setbacks or just people disappear, this is why. Another thing to pay attention to in here in April is, and I've talked about this in the year ahead, the 2019-2020 Capricorn forecast, as well as this entire year. I've been talking about how the decisions we're making here in 2019 is setting the foundation for the next 20-year cycle. April in particular is where we really want to pay attention and closely observe the events that are happening this month, because they are foretelling the coupling together of Saturn and Pluto, which will go exact in all of 2020. Even when Saturn moves into Aquarius, he just comes in, says, hey, and goes right back into Capricorn and merges with Pluto again. So it's an energy that's hanging around for some time. They are not far from each other right now. They're only separated by 2 degrees. And they're both coupled with the South Node opposing the North Node. South Node is where we're to travel no more, and North Node is the direction life we're to go in. So for you, it's almost about forget self and think of others. Forget self and empathize with others. Because the South Node is in Capricorn with Saturn and Pluto coupled with it, all opposing the North Node in Cancer. And You want to wait until things start moving. No pushing through is a big message I get in here with you. So you don't want to be, the goat that pushes through to the mountaintop. It's almost like find a nice place and chill out, and just wait. It's like waiting for the tide to come in. The tide is out. You want to wait for the tide to come in. And it's Saturn protecting you too. When Saturn does this with us, it's because we don't know all the facts, things aren't lined up, other people aren't ready. And so by pushing, we're just going counterintuitive. So it's really important to just read the energy this month and, see where everyone's at, see how things play out. And that way, you're riding the wave rather than bucking it, rather than being in a state of resistance or struggle. So we've got the new moon in Aries on April 5th, fresh starts, new beginnings. Saturn is there challenging the new moon. Pluto is there challenging the new moon. And we don't want to get into power struggles with this either, with Pluto like this and Saturn, because things are out of our hands. We can only control how we show up and what we do. We have no control over what's going on in the collective and with other people and their karma and their timelines. So it's really important to stay objective, not take it personal. If things stall out or things just don't seem to be happening fast enough, it's like you're being asked to be patient with the process. Jupiter takes his turn to retrograde on the 10th. The Sun will exactly square Pluto on the 13th. That can be a power struggle day. The good news is the next day on the 14th, the Sun is in harmonious energy flow with Jupiter, which can just be the reward if we are being patient and working with the energies. Things can absolutely come your way. Mercury enters Aries on the 17th. This is really good news because Mercury has been in his shadow period for months now, and he was in Pisces for 9 weeks. Now with him in Aries, things are really going to start picking up, and this is where we're going to be seeing much more movement in business and commerce, in work, in anything we're trying to move forward. With Mercury now in Aries, moving forward, this is good news. Now, the Libra full moon on April 19th brings the focus to your profession, your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, what you do in the world. This is the second full moon there. There was one on March 20th at 0 degrees. Now this one is right at the end at 29 degrees. This one is a very interesting moon because Uranus, who's right at the beginning of Taurus, your sister sign, is coupled with the Sun, opposing the very late Libra moon. As it enters Scorpio, it will continue this opposition. So on the one hand, it's about honoring your uniqueness, your individuality, anything that you're working on creatively, especially for those of you that work from home. It can also be about creative writing and projects that you're working on, creative self-expression. Opposing the moon, full moons bring things to crisis. They bring things to culmination. And in Libra, it's about justice and fairness and equality. For some of you, there could be like the shakeup at where you work, and you could be promoted. Like, whoa, all of a sudden, the higher-ups come and get you and ask you if you want to take over this person's position because they either move them somewhere else or they move them out. And it makes you smile. You're like, whoa, okay, so things have been kind of delayed or slow, and then all of a sudden you get this promotion that makes you smile. You want to make sure that it not only improves your status, but your wallet too. So if the higher ups are giving you an offer to move up in what you're doing, take on more responsibility, make sure that comes with more money, more moolah for you. So make sure that they're not just giving you more work, that they're actually paying you more. And that can be like out of the blue, where you had no idea that this shakeup was coming and that this was going to land in your lap. And that's because Jupiter is forming a sextile to the moon in Libra, sextile, and it's trining harmonious energy flow, positive energy flow with the sun in Aries and even Uranus right at the beginning of Taurus. So Jupiter is the get out of jail card. It is the way out from the Uranus opposed the moon and the Saturn Pluto squaring everything, because we are on a grand cross with this one too, because Pluto and Saturn are coupled with the South Node, opposing the North Node, squaring both lights, the sun in Aries and the moon in Libra, which is going to be very karmic for all of us, where we will see things outplay. Some heads will roll, but it's their time to go because they are out of their integrity. And the karma is saying it's time for you to go, and you're losing your leadership position. For those of you that own your own business, this can be a favorable time for you too. So it's like the universe is saying, be patient, don't push through this month, wait. Play the shrewd waiting game. That is such a Saturn lesson for all of us, is how well can we play the shrewd waiting game? And when you play it well, you get the reward, because Jupiter is in here with this Libra moon, bringing good fortune, bringing blessings, and for you it's your position in the world, your status in the world, as well as nourishing and nurturing your foundation and your creativity, which is very exciting. The next day, the sun enters your sister sign, Taurus, on the 20th. Venus enters Aries on the 20th as well. And here in the States, we have Happy Easter on the 21st for those who celebrate, and gorgeous Earth Day on the 22nd. That is a wonderful day to connect with Gaia and nature and thank her for giving us a home and providing for us. The sun will exactly couple with Uranus on the 22nd. That could be a very dynamic day, sudden doors opening, sudden exciting events happening. And the good news too is both moons in May are not challenged by Saturn and Pluto. They're in harmonious energy flow. So it's like you get the reward as you move forward in April, and then May, it goes your way in a major way, because those moons form positive energy flow with any planets you have in Capricorn. And they are going to be rewarding you for your hard work, patience, perseverance, and working with the energies, not rushing, not pushing, and so on. Pluto stations retrograde on the 24th. Yay! Saturn stations retrograde on the 29th. This is good news, because this gives us the opportunity to integrate all of the lessons we've been learning since Saturn went direct in 2018 and Pluto went direct in 2018. We need these timeout periods where these heavyweights pull back the energy and allow us to integrate what all the growth work we've done. Now, Saturn is going to exactly couple with that North Node on the 30th. That could feel like a karmic day. And then again on July 4th, and then September 27th. So this is a really important month, and you want to be going with the flow. It's almost better if you don't have an agenda or expectations this month, that you're just living in the moment, taking each day as it comes, outlining what you want to see happen or achieve, but not being in a hurry, not pushing through, and flowing with the energies. So for those of you available for love, is anything, is possible. I'm seeing that it's better after Mercury gets into Aries, and especially next month for you, because you're going to have the new moon in an area that is true love and romance and creative self-expression. You do have the North Node in the area of relationships. So absolutely date, put yourself out there and meet people and, see where it goes type of energy. Absolutely. But I see it much stronger for you coming in here the latter part of April and May, when you get a fresh start and Saturn and Pluto aren't putting the brakes on everything. For those of you coupled, this is a really good opportunity for you to tune into your partner. What's going on with your partner? What's going on in the family? What do other people need from you? How can we meet in the middle? This Libra moon is about honoring the individual as well as honoring relationships. It isn't an either or, it's meeting in the middle and working together, staying out of the power struggles, staying out of the got to control everything energy, and going with the flow. And money is good. I'm not seeing any challenges to the money. And you want to make sure, for those of you that work in a company, whatever promotion comes up for you, that they're paying you more money. And that it's not just more title, more status, that there's actually financial benefit for you to take on more responsibility. And you'll get the money. Spiritually, this is a really good time to do the spiritual work for all of us, to be listening, going with the flow, not pushing, not rushing, not being in a hurry, really being very grounded day to day, doing our rituals, doing our meditations, taking time to go within and listen, because that's where the answers are coming from, is deep within the inner being and the Mighty I Am presence, the higher self, channeling through your Holy Christ self, your crown chakra, and empowering you with the insight and knowledge that you need to navigate these wild energies here in April. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing my videos. Capricorn, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel, and it lets you know when I upload. And if you have any questions, feedback here in the comments. I'm answering and feeding back with my viewers and my subscribers. And you can also hit me up on Facebook. So until next time, Capricorn, expect the unexpected. It's going to make you smile.